MAWA Foundation started as a community media organization in 2016. And in 2019, we became full-fledged non-governmental organization with a focus in building local capacity and raising citizens that will hold government accountable with thematic areas in climate change and environment, education, health, public procurement, media and combat, media and investigation. Since 2019, we have built local capacities in area councils of Abuja and across Nigerian states, right? Then in 2023, we began climate change advocacy project. And in the climate change advocacy project, that led to the establishment of community climate change education network in FCT. And the network builds capacity of people. The members of the network build capacity of their people in the area of climate change education and mitigation. This network has become a movement of young people in FCT today that go about, that is building the capacity of their people in climate change education. At the moment, we are seeking funding for climate justice advocacy. We are not only seeking justice to do climate justice advocacy because we don't want to do what other people are doing. We want to carry out participatory community climate change education project that will widen the community understanding on the issue of climate change, that will spur community action in the way we carry out climate change movement education in this country. And when it spurs community action, it's going to solidify and strengthen climate change advocacy network, or climate change advocacy conversation around Nigeria, around Abuja, that will shape government policy on climate change. And we hope that this is fundamental because in 2023 we carried out a research on the impact of climate change on FCT farmers. We found that communities in FCT as far back as of last year, 65% of them were affected or impacted by climate change. 65% of them lost their yam tubers to hotness of as a result of hotness in weather condition, and that is a big issue for them. And apart from them, the herders who we spoke to, the Fulani herders who we spoke to, are also saying that as a result of climate change, they are finding it difficult, very difficult, to go about breeding their cow or rearing their cow. And this is why we feel that it is important we begin to have deep conversation about climate change. Conversation not targeted on the policymakers alone. Conversation that is targeted on the rural people. And the rural people have to have this kind of conversation. And having this conversation, we want to appeal that if we want to have this conversation, it has to be participatory conversation with the locals playing active role, because the idea is not only about climate change advocacy, but about climate change conversation and climate change education. The locals need to understand the issues, and it is only when they understand the issues that they can play an active role.